doing a biology project with 3 other girls called Florianne, Sophie and Calla.
Hi.
And we're going to describe animals from Asia. And yes, I'm really excited. So we're now walking straight to Asia. There's a board with Asia on it.
Kyra, this is
Wait! And we are in Asia. And this is a very funny thing. And now we have arrived at the flamingo.
Hello. Sophie gonna tell you about the camels.
yes. So, in Latin, it's called Camelbacterius, and of course, you know how it's called in English. It's Camelbacterias camel,
Yes.
something like that. The camel is well adapted to the desert life. It survives on dry scrub and grass. Its wild relative can still be found in Asia's Gobi Desert. The domesticated camel is heavier, has large humps and longer hair than wild camels. Its humps are not filled with water, but with fat. They are fat.
Alright.
A camel can go.
Hello.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you about what a camel can do with its storage facility of water. A camel can go without drinking for weeks.
Now you look at me in the sun. Oh, there's a camel.
Look at the camel. So you can see normally those bumps are now with fat. Because a camel can go without drinking for weeks. It loses little water as it only sweats when its body temperature reaches 40 degrees. This level of dehydration would kill humans. I'm gonna tell you some fun little facts. Did you know that a camel is 12 to 14 months pregnant, and it will only have 1 kid
One
per time for that.
per time. One per time.
Another one, a camel can sometimes drink 100 to 130 liters water.
So we're now at the Great Indian Rhinoceros, and I've got something for you to know about it. The Great Indian Rhinoceros lives in the wooded and water-rich areas of northeast India and Nepal. It feeds on grasses, leaves, and water plants. The rhino loves a mud bath which cools and protects its skin. The skin has deep folds, making the rhino look like it is wearing armor, but its skin is very soft and bleeds easily. Superstition poses threats. A female in heat attacks a mate by whistling and spraying urine. The mating can last up to an hour. Many people in Asia believe this stamina is due to powers in the horn. Powdered rhino horn is highly praised and threatens the rhino population. And the Latin name is Rhinoceros unicornis, and it is a vertebrate because it breathes through lungs, and its skeleton is on the inside of its body.
Olifanten Calla, which is used for when the vet comes and they need to look under the belly, or by the feet, or under the neck, and you don't want to bend, then you can easily cancel this contraption, and then you can easily check the elephant up. The tapir is a vertebrate because its skeleton is on the inside and it's a mammal. It is not as fat as it looks because the tapir is light on its feet and gallops fast. It's easy for it to climb on hills and run itself through narrow crevices. If attacked by a tiger, it runs through the thick brush to brush the tiger off. The tapir has a thin outer skin which grazes easily but heals quickly. The thick, leathery skin underneath protects it well against the tiger's claws. The tapir uses its trunk to pluck leaves. While its sight is poor, it can smell well. The tapir can eject its urine meters behind it. This is to leave its scent on trees and rocks to mark its territory.
Welkom bij een nieuw vlog. We're now by the tiger. We don't see him. It's yes. Hello. Hoi. Okay. Sophie. Here is Sophie.
Yeah.
Suddenly.
And out of nowhere. Yeah.
And she can't tell about the tiger.
In Dutch it's a Sumatraanse tijger. In Dutch it's a Sumatran tiger. And Latin it's Panthera tigris sumatranensis. You can see here where it lives. It lives in the south.
Yes.
On the island. So, the Sumatran tiger is almost extinct. Just 150 years ago, tigers could be found in a huge area. Just 150 years ago, moet ik niet almost extinct zeggen?
It's
It's almost extinct. The Sumatran tiger is almost extinct. Just 150 years ago, tigers could be found in a huge area from the Caspian Sea to Bali and from India to Korea. There were 8 subspecies, of which 3 are already extinct. The Sumatran tiger is a small dark tiger with big sideburns. These are only a couple of hundred white tiger left. Okay.
alright. We can stop here.
Now!
For the small details, I want to say it's a vertebra, a mammal. The Latin name, I think Sophie already told that, but it's the Panthera tigris sumatranensis, and it lives in jungle area because its colors. Yes. We now buy the small red pandas. Kyra, tell you more about it.
So, the red panda roams the bamboo and deciduous forested slopes of the Himalayas. Like its cousin, the giant panda, the red panda loves bamboo. It grins the leaves with special flat. The panda also eats fruit, eggs, and insects. The red panda used to be common, but with the destruction of the forest, the panda has become rare. International Steppe. Rotterdam Zoo maintains the red panda's international steppe. The zoo is instrumental in encouraging a coordinated captive breeding program worldwide. Its efforts will hopefully contribute to the survival of the red panda in the future. So the scientific name is Ilerus fulgens. So that's the red panda, and it's a vertebrate because it breathes through lungs and his skeleton is in the inside.
Hello. We're now standing by the Juverskavogel. The science name is Atropoides virgo. They live in Asia and in a piece of Europe and Africa. Breeding. They make nests in steppes and marsh from the south of the Ukraine until China. They make the nests always near water, and they eat insects. Hello. Insects, slugs, lizards, mice, and frogs. Enormous flocks. At the wintering grounds, they with common cranes, sometimes totaling up to 20,000 birds. However, they maintain separate social groups, so they are always together. Now I'm going to vlog them. Oh, here you see a nice bird, and they are there. Alright. And you see here
That is the first thing you notice about the boar. In the breeding season, the sow, as the female, is much smaller, but both have the same white stripe across the snout. The sow only has six teeth, but this is enough for her 2 piglets. Most other pig species have more piglets in one litter. The busiest home to this species are a group of islands in the Philippines. Very few warthogs still live in the wild because of hunting and deforestation. It means that there are less of the forests go away. Yeah, that's it.
During courtship, the white-legged crane female extends her head and neck. The male makes dancing movements with spread wings. The female answers each male call with 2 calls. This is the only moment that you can distinguish the sexes. Breeding grounds are in the northeast, Mongolia and northeast China. For nesting, they prefer wetlands. Before winter sets, many birds will migrate to the south of China, Korea, or Japan. They feed on water plants, berries, roots, grains, and herbs. The chicks are fed with insects and vermin. These are vertebrates because they breathe through lungs, and they have a skeleton on the inside of their bodies. During courtship, the white-legged crane female extends her head and neck. The male makes dancing movements with spread wings. The female answers each male call with 2 calls. This is the only moment that you can distinguish the sexes. Breeding grounds are in the northeast, Mongolia and northeast China. For nesting, they prefer wetlands. Before winter sets, many birds will migrate to the south of China, Korea, or Japan. They feed on water plants, berries, roots, grains, and herbs. The chicks are fed with insects and vermin. These are vertebrates because they breathe through lungs, and they have a skeleton on the inside of their bodies.